What is going on, folks? Rock D Lee. Hey, man, this is a thank you video and just an announcement that it's my birthday.
생일 축하합니다. 생일 축하합니다. 사랑하는 당신의 생일 축하합니다.
And because it's my birthday, I get to shamelessly create content that I don't normally create, and people are gonna watch it who wouldn't normally click on the video because they're like, oh, it's a birthday post. And I just want to say thank you guys. It's another year.
Yes.
We're, been on the channel for 4 or 5 years. By the way, it's also Director Nasty's birthday. We have the same birthday. We have a lot in common. But again, I've gone through an incredible journey with you guys as a person, between my health, my mental health, and my weight. You guys have seen that. I was not in the best state of mind when I was starting the YouTube channel. Very stressed. COVID had hit. I was drinking habitually. So some of you guys have experienced that side of me in the reactions early on. Like, yo, why Lee is so wild in the comments? You can't criticize Lee without Lee getting quite aggressive. Like, what's going on with Lee? Lee need a hug. Lee need a hug, man. But I was able to get rid of that. I was able to transform my life. I was able to first of all, live a healthier life, shred the weight. In the process of living a healthier life, my mind became healthy. You find that these two things kind of go hand in hand at times. And like the way I used to think, the way I used to respond to things, they just don't really happen anymore. And it's like, I'm not just saying this, but I'm like truly a different person. Sometimes when people comment things, I used to say things like, oh, that makes sense. And then it was like a scripted line. But now I'm really like, nah, that makes sense. That's how I feel. I actually really don't feel like arguing. It's like, oh, that's crazy. You disagree with me. Oh, that's crazy. You said I talked too much on the reaction. But yeah, that makes sense. No, so I'm actually just really much more in a better mood. And I think people that stuck around and, it happens. I have a lot of excuses why I was drinking. I have a lot of excuses for why sometimes people deserved my response at times. I really do believe that. But the point is, it just was not necessary. And, where I'm going with this is you might be in a similar position yourself. Part of the reason why I was toxic is I was also dealing with toxic people, right? Sometimes. And a lot of times it was a misunderstanding. A lot of times there's a communication barrier. A lot of times someone's just being straightforward and the internet doesn't translate emotions. But if you find yourself just negative all the time like I was, make a change. It's another year. Make a change. I would recommend just starting with the healthier lifestyle, focusing on surrounding yourself with positivity, and don't feed into the negativity. When you feed into negativity, it just attracts more negativity, so don't do that. And that has been working for me. If you guys have made it this far, and you guys have subscribed, you like my content, but you guys don't have your notification settings on, could you please do me that solid and make sure your notifications are on? Guys, we are delivering tons of videos. On the main channel, we release 3 videos a day. That's 21 videos. On the Kdrama channel, we release 1 to 2 videos a day. On Yaboyrocklee, I'm releasing like 3 or 4 videos a week. It's a lot. I don't have a problem with it. But some of you guys actually want these videos. You guys are asking for content. And it's like, we've posted the content. Your notifications are off. So we stopped posting content like that. We stopped putting it on YouTube, whatever the reason is. Because you guys weren't getting the notification, so you guys weren't watching it, so we didn't think you guys were ever interested in it. So that is my call to action on this video, as my shameless birthday request is that if you're seeing this, you make sure your notifications are on. Follow on Twitter. I'm pretty active. People are tagging me in dope shows, and I like to see that. I'm like, yo, that helps me add more things to the agenda. I don't want to overload this with call to actions. So I thank you. I've grew a lot as a person. Many of you have enabled that by being a follower on this channel and subscribing to the Patreon. You're like, Lee, How the heck does watching your YouTube videos help you become a better person? I don't know if you guys are familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And just look at it. This is not an excuse. This is just the reality. I was greatly in survival mode. And my response just wasn't always the best and wasn't growing as a person because I'm trying to survive and I'm feeling attacked. You're saying something I don't like. I'm in attack mode. I'm trying to survive. I'm trying to survive. And that's just that. Where was I going? ADHD got me because I knew I was acting like Dave Chappelle. I was in survival mode. Oh! With you guys' support, no matter what you want to say about me, I am always trying to advance further. So there was trying to advance career-wise. And then my natural process was, well, how do I advance as a person? How do I advance as a human being? So naturally with losing some weight, because now I had the extra free time, I was able to hire enough editors that I don't have to sit behind the computer all day. I can go out and exercise, which is something I do. With the exercise, the drinking was actually wearing me down. I'm a competitive person, so I was not able to perform in the boxing gym because I was drinking the night before. And that just pushed me not to drink because the coach would call me out on it. He's like, "You were drinking, weren't you?" Or something. He would call me names, which because this is going on the Kdrama channel, I'm actually not going to use profanity. I try not to curse in front of the Kdrama fans. I try not to. It's a lot of ladies. Yes, I had double standards. And once that's actually another pivot. When I realized how many ladies were following the Kdrama channel, I was like, well, I gotta improve myself. I gotta get regular haircuts. I gotta be in better shape. I gotta look better. Because they'll likely subscribe better or more if they like what they see. Maybe I was right, maybe I was wrong, but that actually was a small little motivator. But coming back to what I was saying, that motivated me to get rid of the drinking. Once I got rid of the drinking, my mind was no longer cloudy because you had to understand I was drinking pretty much habitually every day. I would get the biggest bottle of rum and it would be gone in 2 days. It would just be gone. It's not like I don't drink anymore. I will still have a drink. My birthday is today, so you best believe I'm going to be having soju. Probably soju is what I'm going to do. I like Korean, but it's no longer the habitual drink now. So, anyways, you're improving your health through the boxing. I'm losing weight. I'm no longer drinking. My mind is not as cloudy as before. I now have more energy naturally. So then I find myself reading things. But the point is, with you guys' support and my ability to have time to work on myself, that's what I did. I didn't take you guys' support and just go live some extravagant life, take vacations, etc., etc. I'm not calling on anyone. People can do whatever they want. I'm just letting you know my character and who I am. I work on myself. I work on my family first. I set time aside for my daughter. I don't have to edit. I'm setting aside time for my daughter. That's making me feel good. My daughter is a very good human being. I don't know how, because I struggle. I do a good job as a father. I actually do know how, but I'm still surprised at how good she is and how much better of a human being she is, even though it comes from me and my wife. But the point is, I'm allocating more time with her, and that's healthy for me. That's mentally healthy. I was able to allocate more time with my wife because no matter what you guys want to say, when you're trying to make money, you're trying to grind, you're either editing your videos all day, you're doing your real estate, you're driving around, whatever. There's no time to nurture your relationship, right? And keep that garden healthy. Now, I'm not talking about a bush. I'm talking about a real garden. Don't think about nothing else, you sick-minded individuals. So there was no time for that, even though they should have been. But the point is, once that time was freed up, that's where I invested myself. So with those things, it's like a positive feedback. Improving those things also made me better too. Everything that I took the time to improve had an effect of making some other area of my life better mentally, and it just kept doing that. Pillars for mental and physical health. You focus on improving areas, and it just starts to overflow. And my personality attribute is, again, I'm trying for excellence. Excellence in my videos, excellence in communication, excellence in growth, excellence in finance, excellent child, excellence wife, make the wife happy. She should be bragging about me. That's the kind of things, that's the kind of personality that I have. So it's very flawed. It just is. I'm not gonna say because of my circumstances. I don't like saying that. I want to take the accountability. It is what it is. But you guys have stuck with me or came on through at different parts of the journey, and I'm better. I'm happier. I'm way healthier. Way healthier. And again, I feel like you guys helped enable me, because if I was still struggling like I was when I first started, I don't know what would have happened. Video can get really dark at this moment. I can get dark. Dark. Because I was such a bad spot mentally. You know the habits of, habitual drinkers and stuff like that. So, yeah. I'm thankful. That's the point. And I'm going to keep doing. We're going to keep grinding. If you're curious on what our plans are, is to keep producing content, better quality editing. I hope you guys can notice that the videos that are recently posted, both on the anime or Kdrama side, they look better. They look better. And my goal is for them to continue looking better, but my editors need time to edit. They need more time to work on a video. In order for me to give them more time, or for them to work on more time, they got to get paid more. Time is money. I can only do that with a growing channel. So that's what I want to do. I also just naturally have to take care of my teammates. I got to take care of Director. I got to take care of Adorable. I got to take care of me. I got to take care of my editors. Everyone's dealing with inflation. You're dealing with inflation. I got to take care of my wife, who's been, supporting me so patiently and stuff like that. I want to be able to go out on Saturdays and do things with my kid every so often. You guys are going to say, oh, no, go ahead and do that. It is what it is. It is what it is. There's situations that are financially restricting because we still aren't where we need to be for a team of our size. It's better than most, but cost of living continues to go up. We don't need to go into the details, but y'all can't join Patreon at the very least. Subscribe, share the videos. That does a lot. Comment, be engaged. Be engaged. Those things help. That helps the channel. My goal is to get to 500,000 subscribers. My real goal is to get to 1 million subscribers, but let's just get to 500,000 first. That's going to be, in my opinion, the monumental place that gives us the peace, the rest that we need, while still delivering the volume of videos that you guys are getting. It's just that the side hustles, doing real estate, doing an office job, doing nursing, those are all things that the team participates in, because we still have to supplement income. We wouldn't want to do those things and just focus on content. When I first started, I wanted to do skits. I wanted to do more live streaming for gaming and stuff like that. I wanted to stream with the team. Those things aren't always possible because I'm conflicting with current other job situations. Right? Other jobs that we have to do, other commitments that we have to do, other appointments if I'm trying to sell a house. And I'm sure you guys would want more content. We could do that with y'all continued support. So that's the video. I thank you guys. Once again, I cannot say it enough. I'm just thankful. Bye, guys.